Rock is quite well known over the country or the world perhaps, with second homes and that. Young people just could not buy a house here, and there was none available to rent because they're over holiday lets when they come to rent.
If you look around and you look through just a local paper and just, you only need to look at a few prices to see how much property is around here. I mean, when you see 1 million, 1.5 million, in excess of 3 million, how are you ever going to afford something like that?
The area is very expensive for anybody to buy that's on a low wage in the area. A lot of the houses are sold for holiday homes, so again, and there's nowhere also to rent, so that is why this project is great for people like us.
In the beginning, a local builder and parish councillor could see what was happening, could see his own workforce unable to stay in the parish that they grew up in, and wanted to do something about it. And very sadly, we've lost him. He died, but he's inspired us to make sure that it happens. And the development is named after him. Dingle's Way is Bill Dingle's way of doing business.
Bill Dingle approached me on doing this scheme that we were doing, and I thought, well, we got this bit of land, it's not 200% good for agriculture, so we made a bit of a deal, and here we are. And we've completed phase 1, and with such a success, we couldn't hardly believe it, that it was suggested we do phase 2.
And that was always going to be different, partly because of the changes within local government in Cornwall, and partly because of the changed economic situation. North Cornwall had earmarked £320,000, which Cornwall Council have honoured and given a grant to Cornwall Rural Housing Association, half of which, or £20,000 of property, will filter through to the trust. Part of the requirement was to include an element of social rented property, and we have 8 self-built bungalows, as before, and 4 social rented properties. Working with Cornwall Rural Housing Association has been really enabling. They have facilitated this. It couldn't have happened without their advice and help.
I heard about the Community Land Trust when the first phase went through, and I went to a meeting down there and they were, starting to talk about it and that, and I was a bit worried because I didn't have any building experience. Not that I needed it, but I was planning to do an apprenticeship anyway, so I thought I'll let it go on this phase and then hopefully they'll do another one. So I went to college, did that, and now I'm a qualified carpenter, so it's a bit, it's a bit more handy doing your own place.
The block work is up, the roofs are on. We're starting to address exciting things like internal fittings, and now the lighter evenings are with us. It's enabling work to move on, through the evenings as well as the weekends.
The project works well because we all have to build each other's house. We have 2 carpenters and 3 masons, and then there's 3 of us that have no skills at all. We just basically labour for the masons on all the houses. So all 8 houses have to be built and put together before anyone can move in.
As a resident of a CLT home, you've got to come into it with a whole different attitude than you might do another property, that it's not part of a business, it's not a money-making scheme. It's possibly an older traditional idea that your home is just somewhere to live and you're happy to live there and you're in a place you want to live.
It's a great opportunity to build your own home. Not many people can actually say that, especially for someone who doesn't have any skills. To be able to provide a house and say, I've built my house for my son, is a great thing to do, great achievement.
But I've lived in a caravan all of this year, and that's got pretty chilly. Just, really worried about what I'm actually ever going to do, where I'm going to live. And now having my own home and building it myself with a garden, when you see it in weather like this, it's unreal.
To me, I was brought up in a council house, and that's where I thought I was going to stay for the rest of my life. And I was obviously very scared to have such a huge commitment, because you didn't think it was going to be ever, obtainable, that you didn't deserve it, that you weren't going to end up with your own house in your own community. So I think if anybody's brave enough to and is prepared to put the work in, it could work for lots of places.
We pride ourselves in Minver, got a good silver band, but it's a job to keep the people. They learn to play, and then they move away because they can't live here, you see, and they go and play for another band. It's very, very difficult, like, and the football club's the same, cricket clubs, all the lot of it, like, you know. We really need youth to really keep a community vibrant.